Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing Atlas FC 2, Philadelphia Union 2, 2-3 on aggregate in the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League quarterfinal leg 2. Philadelphia Union move on for all MLS semifinal against LAFC. The second leg will be hosted at LA. First leg at Subaru Park. Once that goes down, Atlas FC 2 Philadelphia Union 2-3 global en la Liga de Concacaf de Scotiabank cuartos de final partido vuelta. Philadelphia Union avanza de las semifinales de la Champions League contra LAFC. Goals were scored as follows. In the 12th minute, Herrera with a great ball back to Quiñones. Quiñones takes a banger of a shot past Andre Blake to make it 1-0, 1-0. 1-1 global. Philly still, it's a tied game. This could go to penalties if it stayed that way. But in the 29th minute, Julian Carranza played on, takes a shot, puts it past Hernandez, the backup keeper. Onside, the referee determines onside because Carranza at the moment was flagged offside. The VAR checks it. Not the first time it would happen tonight, but he's called onside. The goal stands and is given. It was taken away, so technically given, but it is given correctly. 1-1, 1-1 esta noche, 1-2 global. Philly has their away goal. That would matter because Julio Furch in the 45 plus 1 minute ball crossed into him by Herrera. Tapped in by Furch to make it 2-1, 2-1 esta noche. 2-2 on aggregate, 2-2 global. Away goals to Philly. They still had the lead there. Away goals to Philly. Goals de visitar de Philly. Halftime 2-1, 2-1. 2-2 global, 2-2 on aggregate. That's the way it would go into half. And there were moments for both teams. Let me tell you, there were moments for both teams. Philly had some great offensive chances, and honestly, it probably should have been two. It probably should have been on the night, 2-2 at that point at the half. But they put one way over the bar, and it gave Atlas some life, a lot of life. And that's when you knew that this was going to be a long, crazy night. And it was a pressure cooker already at Jalisco. This was a pressure cooker environment heavily because of the antics of Atlas fans the week before towards Daniel Gazdag and Philly fans. And then it just traveled into the stadium. So you knew where this game was going to go, where the energy lay. And it was a wild game. But then in the 79th minute, again, Julian Carranza played on. Ball hits the defender. Carranza's in through. He takes a banger of a shot past Hernandez. Another flag goes up. But again, the head ref talks with VAR. Again, rightfully so. The goal is given to make it 2-2. 2-2. 2-3 global. Philly has the lead on aggregate, and then soon after, they're up a man. They could easily win this game on the night and take the semifinal berth with a home second leg, but they do not. Time runs out, but they still draw. They still win the tie outright. 2-2 on the night, 2-3 on aggregate, 2-2 global, or 2-2 esta noche. 2-3 global. Philadelphia Union win outright. They go to the semifinal to face LAFC, who looks like a buzzsaw right now. So it's good Philly had a game like this if they so do want to wake up and win that semifinal, that MLS Cup rematch. Full-time stats, 20 shots to 9, 11 shots on goal to 6, 59% possession to 41% possession. 519 passes to 307, 85% pass accuracy to 88, 14 fouls to 17, 0 offside to 2, 5 yellow cards to 1, 1 red card to 0, 4 corners to 4. And there you go, Philadelphia Union. On the night, defensively, they were better. There were 2 defensive mishaps that led to Herrera getting the ball in behind or to a good shooting area for Quiñones and Furch that gave them the 2 goals. But Philadelphia were so much better defensively. Now, what I should say, what I believe, is that Philadelphia, in that second half, should have either picked and chose which way to go, whether to park the bus or go all out offensively. I think they were a bit too pragmatic. Luckily for them, it went their way. But to me personally, if you're going to play in the second half in a pressure cooker like that, if you have the game flow, you push forward. If you don't, step back, choose one. They basically said, nah, we're going to do what we want. We're going to be pragmatic and feel that second half out, which in the end, it worked. In the end, that worked. I don't like that decision still. Personally, I think they should have either been on the front foot or stepped on the back foot. But they went forward. They got their goal. It worked out pretty well, actually. I thought Philly did have a good second half, though. I think they responded well to the flow of the game. They defended very well in that second half. They pushed forward when need be, and they got their goal. They got there on the aggregate lead, They got what they needed. So, could I really question the way they did it? No, I shouldn't, but I'm just saying what I would have done for some reason. I said it during stream. I'll say it here. I think, personally, Philly should have been more offensive or defensive. They should have chose one, not do both. But they were good pragmatically. It worked out. That first half, they had some really good offensive chances in the end that could have easily put this game to an actual win and would have had them host the second leg of the semifinal, not the final. But, and then be in the catbird seat for hosting that second leg of the final. But as of now, no, they're not. Now, if they beat LAFC and it's Tigres, they would host the second leg. If they get knocked out, well, they wouldn't. But, you know, if it's Leon, probably not. With that being said, though, I thought the game was well played by Philadelphia. They're playing LAFC next. But I thought the game was well played by Philly. I think they did exactly what they needed to do, and they did it their way. So my questioning of the way they did it, should I? No. They did it their way. They played their way. They got through. They scored their goal, and they put this game away around the 79th minute. They put it away. They knew they were going through, and they still went for that, tried to get that winner that would have gave them the second leg. And I wish they got it because they deserved it. They deserved that 3-2 win on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. They deserved it. And that pressure cooker, they handled that stadium, that atmosphere so well. Philly handled that atmosphere amazingly. They did not lose their head. To be honest, Atlas were the ones that lost their head in their own stadium, in their own pressure cooker of their fans' own making. Who fell apart? Atlas. Aldo Rocha with that double yellow within seconds with that descent was absolutely what this game was going to turn out to be. And he double yellowed in like 5 seconds. It's not even a straight red. He got 2 yellows in 5 seconds for dissent, just talking noise to the referee. Deservedly so. I mean, you gotta say that the referees did not screw Philly when they definitely could have screwed Philly. They did not. They rightfully called the game with the 2 goals that Carranza scored. They rightfully called those goals. He was never offside, not for 1 second. He was in line with both defenders until the ball was played. He was on. He was on for both. Rightfully so. Rightfully goals. Good call. That red card, rightfully so. Aldo Rocha thought he could play that referee. He effed around and found out. Simple as. So he got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. I think the referee may have sucked on some foul calls. He missed a couple of things, but in the end, on the big moments, they made the right calls, and that helped Philly get through. They should be happy that they got those calls. I'm not saying the referee helped, but those were the correct calls to make. The ref called the right play, called the right answer. You know, sometimes that doesn't happen in Concacaf. They call it the wrong way. So I'm surprised they called those big things that could have easily swung this tie the right way. So good for Philly. They didn't get screwed over. That's the point. Good thing they didn't. With that being said, speaking of the goals, Julian Carranza, man of the match for me. Julian Carranza, 2 great goals, 2 great shots, put Philly through single-handedly, really. Andre Blake defensively, Glesnes, Blake, Glesnes, and Elliott definitely defensively helped, but Carranza did the job. He did what he was supposed to do. Did he go down easy a couple of times? Yeah, he always does. He did what he had to do, and that's what needed to happen. He got Philly through. Man of the match for me, Julian Carranza. So, with that being said, Philadelphia did the job. They did what they had to do, and they found a way to win the tie draw on the night. But they won the tie. They're through to the semis. They would have to host the first leg at home, go to LA for the second leg, but again, very likely, if they go to the final and the favorite for that the first semifinal, Tigres goes to the final, they would host the second leg of the final at home. So things could go their way. So as of now, Philly's in a very good spot. They're in a very good spot. They just got to do their job as they did tonight. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share us with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for the live watch along and review of Tigres versus Motagua. New coach for Tigres. Even though they're playing at Volcan, they got a 1-0 lead. Can they hold on to it and go to the semifinal? We will find out. Should be a good time. Another crazy 90 minutes in Concacaf. We shall find out. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Philly. Commiserations, Outlaws. See ya.